Hey, welcome to the Jimprov Music YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about techniques that I use when I'm playing Hammond organ parts. Just some of the go-to phrases and riffs and combinations of notes that I've used over the years that I find to be very helpful when you're trying to emulate a Hammond organ part. So stay tuned, we're going to get right into it. Thanks. All right, I'm going to talk about three of the phrases that I used in that little intro piece. And the first one is real simple. You're sustaining this high note, and then you're adding additional notes below it. You can do this the opposite way and go up, but in this case, we're doing. So without that sustained note, all you're going to get is just this. So by using the sustain, you're really expressing all of these different intervals. The second phrase that I used makes good use of this tritone. And just like the first example, I'm hanging on to that high C so that we're really expressing all of these weird intervals. Now it's a bit of a stretch, and it does take time to get your fingers used to holding that or poking that every time. But you can see how effective that is. If I'm just going to do this, it's not as loud, it's not really impacting as much. And then the very last part of that phrase was just this little twist, little turnaround. And then the last part of that phrase was just this little turnaround. So if I'm doing this really slowly, you can see the notes. If you've really got if you can hang on to that stretch, you can. I can barely do that, but it does help. It impacts the whole sound. You've got this. Now you can also go simpler and not do all of the. You can. The third phrase that I used is one that you might hear on some of the old ELP albums. Takes the third and the octave. And so it's really just marching up here, and then the bass is following. But once again, you're holding on to that top note so that you get all of that. This phrase a lot of ways. You can have it just go up a little bit,